Alexa, play Sun Sounds Radio on TuneIn.
Sun Sounds of Arizona from TuneIn.
From Sun Sounds of Arizona.
Dem's grandiose plans scaring off moderates. The idea is to rid ourselves of this abomination and virus threatening our very way of life, right? It seems to me the Democratic candidates would do better to stop trying to scare moderates to death with grandiose proclamations for a suddenly, radically different future, and begin concentrating upon explaining how they will in some realistic...
I read the following words.
I was born in Texas, El Paso actually, and I grew up in Central Florida, and then all my adult life I've been here in Arizona. Before my blindness, I wasn't an avid reader of the newspaper, but it became important when I couldn't do that anymore, because when you have something, you take it for granted, but then when it's gone and you can't do it, I go, oh my gosh. In my recovery, after I went to school to learn how to walk and do things again, with a cane and such, the community, I heard about Sun Sounds. So you should get a Sun Sounds radio. So I went and saw MURRY, and they gave me a radio. So now I can hear what's happening in the world from the local papers or publications, and I feel like I'm back in the game.
And 5 other crimes was neither rogue nor misconduct, according to legal experts and former...
Sun Sounds is a radio reading service, and in fact a radio station that reads for people who can't read conventional print due to a disability. Oftentimes that's vision loss, but it can be more than that. It can be physical, it could be Parkinson's or MS.
Who served under 5 presidents from Jimmy Carter.
We read the morning paper live from 7 to 9:30. We read USA Today in the evening from 6 to 8.
Attorney General William Barr told ABC News on Thursday.
I have a daughter who's blind. She went to the school for the blind here. And when I registered her almost 20 years ago, Sun Sounds had a booth. So I was introduced to it. I liked what I saw. I wanted to get more involved with organizations that help the visually impaired. You can see from our facilities here, they're quite modest. Our funding is primarily through donations, grant awards. We write a lot of different grants.
And a very good morning to you.
We have here 3 employees, and we have approximately 80 volunteers. And obviously without the volunteers, we couldn't do what we're doing.
Next up, we have Donald Duck Juice, quack, quack. 89 ounces, assorted varieties, priced $5.
My name is RONNYE BERTOGLIO, and I read the grocery ads at Sun Sound every other Wednesday. And so I've been reading the grocery ads for, 10 or 12 years.
And my name is Dan Klingler. I'm doing some Rolling Stone magazine special editions right now, and I especially like to record Western short stories. About 10 years ago, I had some serious vision problems, which luckily were correctable, but it made me decide I really wanted to give back to the community that has differing sight issues. So I've been doing this for about 4 years now.
Grandpa says, scientists confirm that babysitting your grandchildren can help you live longer. Just then, little grandchild walks up and says, Grandma, I spilled a glass of grape juice on your bed, but I wiped it up with some towels. Sorry. Grandpa looks over and says, or maybe it just seems longer.
Well, the only real obstacle is when you don't find a BOGO sale, which is buy one, get one free. That's the only real obstacle. Otherwise, it's just a lot of fun.
Good morning, and we thank you for listening. Mark DeGroff, RONNYE BERTOGLIO, and Dan Klingler with you this morning for the entire reading of the Arizona Daily Star. I've been with Sun Sounds for going on 10 years now as an engineer running the board here and producing the Saturday morning show. I also do some outreach with the community to let people know about the existence of Sun Sounds, what we do. The main challenge is getting people to understand what we do is absolutely free.
I'm Helen Wheels. I was a musician. I was a writer. I worked doing that until I couldn't do those things anymore. A very kind librarian helped me sign up to join. They put a radio in the mail, and I opened it up, and there was my new Sun Sounds radio with one station.
The sorrel lifted her head.
With the exception of the car shows and the man show things, I don't think there's anything I don't listen to.
You don't like those car shows?
Well, it kind of makes me mad. I used to drive. So I'll tell you what, I get a little frustrated and angry because that one bothers me because I can't drive anymore. Because I haven't driven in 15 years, so the kind of a trigger for something I miss, and I have no replacement for, if you know what I mean. I became too sick from, the disease name is long. It's hereditary spastic paraplegia complicated version number 8. And they finally figured that out with a gene test. And the easy way to say is a cousin of Lou Gehrig's does the same thing, except you get cancers, blindness, and deafness too. That pretty much sums it up. Well, sighted people take it for granted. You guys just are like almost doing this kind of thing, trying to get away from the overabundance of media. I'm trying to find things that interest me and enrich my life, which Sun Sounds pretty much fills the bill for.
Taking a look at this morning's weather.
I felt when I was first, became visually impaired that I was separated from everybody, and that's just a normal thing we go through, the depression. So they helped me out of my depression is what happened, and that's why I got a soft spot for Sun Sounds.
It'll be a beautiful day. Highs will return to the lower 70s this afternoon.
We're doing well. We're still on the air 7 by 24, and our scheduling, our programming has been a little bit modified. We don't have volunteers coming in to record or read live. So we're doing that ourselves. I'll read the Arizona Daily Star for about an hour every day. We have heard from our listeners. I think they really depend on us a lot now to get news, to hear familiar voices, and just to have someone that they can relate to. Listenership has increased because we know it's up on the streaming, but we also know that we're fulfilling more radio orders. We're hoping that we can get all of our volunteers back. They're raring to go. They want to get back to reading.
Because we're a pandemic, I gotta know things now as opposed to what's the weather or what's going on in town. Well, I'm used to being isolated, being this severely handicapped. Being by myself, I'm going to say most all the time is how I live anyway. So that part's not different for me at all. And support groups are awesome. If you get a good one, oh, yeah. Or if you can't find one and you can function good enough, start one. Start a meetup or start one locally for whatever you think you need help with. I'm still in here, and I deserve respect for who I am.